Hi there, I'm Jerry. Today we'll be exploring the Atmos AG65 backpack from Osprey. This is a really nice backpack. As the name implies, it's 65 liters. It's designed to hold about 50 pounds. The pack that I have on my back, the pack and everything in it, weighs a grand total of 40 pounds, so there's a little freeboard involved there. And I could pack some more weight to it if I wanted, but I have some bulky things in there too that don't weigh too much, but they're bulky. So what I'm going to do is unload the pack for you, then I'll take a little break, come back and show you how to repack it. So let's start off. We have pockets in the waist strap, and in this one I have cell phone, and if I can get it out, it's a tight little pocket. Cell phone battery for multiple days in the wilderness, and the cord to connect the two. That's that pocket. Same kind of pocket on the other side. And in there, I have a Ziploc bag that includes my sunscreen and my bug dope. There are a couple other pockets I can reach while I'm wearing the pack. One is a pocket on the side here that I keep a water bottle in. Now I like to use an energy drink with some electrolytes in it, so I carry that water bottle to mix it in, and my energy drink in the other pocket. So that's the pockets that I can reach while I'm hiking. As you can see, I've also got a water bladder in it. It happens to be a Camelback water bladder, and so I can get a drink as I'm hiking. Let me take the pack off now, and I'll try and do that without making a lot of noise in the microphone. And we'll take a look at what's inside the pack. First off, I pack my pack so that I can get at the things I need quickly. The top flap of the pack, this is the shoulder straps, so we're looking at the back side of the pack. The very top has two pockets in it. In the first one I keep a towel, and I keep my water purification system. That's a Sawyer system there. A little flashlight and some shock cord for emergency repairs, headlamp for setting up things in the night, and a sewing kit for who knows what. Then there's another pocket on the back there, and in there I keep my rain gear and the rain cover for the backpack. Osprey makes a nice cover design specially for these kind of packs. That's the top, that's the lid to the pack. Let me turn it around here so we can get a better look. Okay. Let's see, the next thing I'm going to take out of here is the sleeping pad, just to get it out of the way. I attach mine to the outside of the pack. With this kind of sleeping pad, you could lay it flat and shove it inside the pack if you wanted to. The next thing, the things I need to get at quickly, are in this outside pouch. And in there I keep my water shoes, and my toilet kit, and my trowel. So if I need to get at something quick, I can take the pack off, but I don't need to take it apart and open it up and get at everything inside of it. The next thing is this top cover is removable. I'm not going to remove it right now, but if you didn't need it, you could travel without it. It has a flap that will fit over most things, but the way I've got this thing packed right now, I need the bigger flap to fit over the top. First thing I have in here is a bare canister full of food. Bear canisters are now required in most national parks that have bears, and that's probably got a week of food in it, more or less. Let's see, then my layers, I've got my my jacket for warmth. Next, I've got a Jetboil Joule stove. It's kind of a big stove for a single person, but sometimes I backpack with friends and we can share that stove with 3, 4, 5 people. And then the bottom here I've got a bag with miscellaneous clothing that I would need for changes. And as I mentioned, it's got a water bladder in it. I'm not going to take it entirely out, but it fits in a slot right against the back. Now, the way that fits and the way this pack is designed, even though that water bladder is against the inside back of the pack, it never touches my back when I'm hiking because there's this nice net mesh that holds the whole pack away from my back. And the final thing I've got in here is my sleeping bag. Now I've got a 0-degree synthetic fill sleeping bag, and it does not compress nearly as much as a down bag would. Nonetheless, there's a special place to put it in here, and I can pack it in there and it'll hold nicely. Now, the other thing I need to get at when I reach the campsite, is to set up a tent. So I keep my tent gear in these flaps on the outside again. This is my tent on one side, and on the other side is my emergency kit, my tent stakes, and the rain cover for my tent. Now, you may have seen that I missed the tent poles, but they're inside the pack, and here are the poles. So, if I did it right, I've got everything out of there, and that's what an Atmos 65 AG pack looks like, empty. Now, I said that it was a 65 liter pack. This happens to be the large version, and it holds about 68 liters, so I can get a little bit more volume in there. And that's the Atmos AG pack unpacked. I'll be back in just a second to see if I can put all that stuff back in that pack. Hi there, I'm back again to pack up this pack with all the things we just took out of it. So let's start with the sleeping bag. As I said, this is a synthetic sleeping bag, and it's a 0-degree bag. So it's kind of bulky, more so than a down sleeping bag that would stuff in here much more easily. But we'll get her stuffed in there, and then we'll pack everything else back in the pack. It's a little easier to stuff it in there when we don't have everything else tightening up the pack. Now, here's a little trick. There are these little straps that we use to hold our sleeping pad on. Connect those up and use those to help us compress the sleeping bag further. All we need to do is get it tight enough in there so we can get those zippers shut. Now, there's a zipper on each side, and it connects so you can zipper up, carefully not catching the bag in the zipper. Zip it up from one side, zip it up from the other, knock the sleeping pad on the ground, and detach those straps, and the sleeping bag is in there. It's got a little storm flap to go over the zipper as well. Okay, that's our sleeping bag. Now our tent. Let's put in our, on this side, on the outer pocket, we'll put in our grain fly, our steaks, and start zipping that up. And at the very top I stick in my emergency kit. That includes first aid kit, compass, signal mirror, everything I need to light a fire. And I put that right on top so that I can get a hold of it quickly if I need it. And zip the pocket up. On the other pocket I put the tent. This is an old REI Trail Dome tent. Stuff's in here pretty nicely. And zipper up. Again, being careful not to catch the tent in the zipper this time. Okay. Now, let me pick up my sleeping pad. The next thing we put in is the tent poles. The reason for that is if you just drop the tent poles in, they're going to stick out the top of the bag. So the beauty of this bag is that there's a flap that holds the sleeping bag down at the bottom, and I can fit these poles around the edge of that flap. I reach in and push the sleeping bag out of the way enough so that I can get these in there. Pop right in, and they're completely in the bag. Let's see, the next thing, I drop my bag of clothing in the bottom. It stuffs around some. This provides additional protection at the bottom of the pack. Drop in my stove. And then my jacket, fleece jacket. Stuff that in there in any little loose place there might be. And then on the top, I drop in my bear can with all the food in it. Another handy little thing in this pack is a strap that's designed to tighten everything up. And with this bear can in there, pulls it in nicely. And we pull the flap over. And put the top flap over, and we're going to hook this up. I'm going to tighten up my my drawstring on the top of the pack a little more. And tuck that in, pull the outer flap down, and tighten that up. And there we have the everything that goes inside the bag. Next, I'm going to put my rain gear and my pack cover in the bottom of the two pouches on this top cover. Make a good hacky sack too, I guess, if you like that sort of thing. But anyways, pops right in there. Zip it shut. Open up the very top pouch. Oops. Close it up and reopen it. Pop in my water filter. My towel. Sewing kit, It's an amazing amount of things you can get in this thing. My headlamp and my little flashlight with paracord. And zip that shut. Okay, that's everything that goes in the pack. Next we have a couple things to put in the outside pocket. This is a nice mesh pocket. It holds an amazing amount of stuff also. And I just shove in my water shoes. And my toilet kit. And my trowel. Snap that together. Tighten it down a little bit. And that leaves the side pockets. On one side I keep my drink mix. Other side I keep my water bottle. The drink mix and the water bottle are actually easier to put in after the pack is on, just because of the way it's all arranged. And also with the pockets on the belt, I drop in my battery for my cell phone. And my cell phone. And it's a tight fit, but it will go. And the cable for it also fit in there. Zip that up. And in the other side pocket, my sunscreen. And the other side pocket, the other pocket on the belt, other side of the belt, my sunscreen and my bug spray. Now I've got enough room in there. I could put in my mosquito net, head net as well if I wanted to. Finally, I'm going to lay the pack on its side. Drop my water bottle, but that goes right back in. And install my sleeping pad. This is a nice pad, and it can fold flat if you want to put it inside your bag and have room for it there. I think it's kind of handy to have it on the outside if I'm out in the rocks and want to sit down on something a little softer. And put that in, square it up a little bit, tighten up the strap so it doesn't fall out. And the pack is packed and ready to go. That's the Osprey Atmos 65 AG backpack. Now to get the rest of the story, go to our website at exploreemag.com. There you'll find some photos and text describing all the features of this pack, many of which I was not able to mention here. There's lots of little tricks, one of which I want to show you real quick, if I can find it here. On the chest strap, which is way down here, they even put in a little whistle for you. So there's a whistle built into the backpack. And that's about all there is to it. We have our Atmos AG65 backpack. Be sure to go to exploreemag.com to get the rest of the story. Thanks for watching.